Good morning, children. So the series of metallurgy is going on. We were learning about different methods, extraction methods of certain metals and their reduction methods we have discussed in the previous video. Okay, so in today's video we are going to discuss about aluminothermy process, okay, which we did not discuss in the previous video, and along with that we are going to discuss about the extraction methods which are useful for the metals which are at the bottom of the reactivity series. Okay, so let us start our topic. So before our topic is going to be started, I request all of you to please kindly comment. Already I am getting lot many comments from different parents and good response I am getting from lot many parents. Okay, thank you very much for your support. Okay, if you are going to support me in my journey, I definitely can do better in my journey of YouTube, and at the same time I can do some justice to your children also. Okay, so please keep supporting me and please keep giving comments and suggestions also, right? So let us go for the topic. So today's topic is aluminothermy process, which is, in other words, it is also called as thermite process. Okay, so aluminothermy process, aluminothermy process. What is this aluminothermy process? Also called as what? Thermite process, Goldsmith thermite process, thermite process. Okay, so it is generally termed as what? Goldsmith thermite process. Okay, so along with this, in today's video I am going to discuss about aluminothermy process, and along with that extraction methods for the metals which are at the bottom of the reactivity series. Up to previous video we have discussed for the metals which are on the top, how they are to be extracted, and the metals which are in the middle of the reactivity series, their extraction methods we have discussed. Okay, so in today's video aluminothermy process as well as the extraction methods for the metals which are at the bottom of the reactivity series. Okay, these two topics I am going to discuss in this video. Okay, so if any doubts, if any children are getting, please give comments to me, and some of you are keeping comments and asking for the chapters which you want. Okay, so please keep giving comments and suggestions. Okay, okay, so let us go for the process of thermite process, aluminothermy process. What is meant by this process? So this is the process which is generally used for welding purpose, welding. Okay, thermite welding, you call it as what? Thermite welding, thermite welding process. Okay, so in this iron oxide, mainly iron oxide is reduced with highly electropositive metals like what? Aluminium. Mainly aluminium is used as reducing agent here. Okay, so the process in which metal oxides like what? Metal oxides like Fe2O3, iron oxide, you all know. Even chromium oxide also, Cr2O3, chromate ore. This is hematite ore, you all know, right? So metals like ores like these can be reduced with what? Can be reduced with aluminum powder. Okay, so that aluminum is more reactive than iron, isn't it? Even aluminum is more reactive than chromium. So what happens? Displacement will happen. Okay, now displacement you have learnt. Okay, highly reactive metal displaces less reactive metals from their ores. Okay, So here Fe2O3, okay, when made to react with aluminum powder, okay, it gives rise to Al2O3 plus Fe. Molten iron gets deposited or comes out, okay, now molten iron, okay, Fe2O3, here 2Fe, here 2Al, right? Aluminum is more reactive than iron, so aluminum displaces iron from its ore, okay now, so that molten iron gets deposited, and along with that Q, we have to write Q also here, Q, or even you can write heat energy. Heat, much amount of heat is liberated here, okay, it is highly exothermic reaction, explosion reaction happens here, okay, now highly exothermic, much amount of heat is generated with this method, okay, now highly exothermic, the reaction is what? Highly, very very important point, you will be getting 1 mark question, okay, the reaction is what? Highly exothermic. Exothermic means what? Exothermic means the reactions in which much heat energy is released, exo, to come out, okay, exothermic reactions, of thermal energy is released, okay, so this is the kind of reaction which is called as thermite reaction, okay, even you can write the same equation with the chromium also. Cr2O3 plus 2Al gives rise to Al2O3 plus 2Cr, chromium, and along with that much heat is generated, okay, much heat is generated. So this process is called what? Goldsmith aluminothermy process, okay, now Goldsmith aluminothermy process, okay, and here you require one ignition mixture. This is the substance, these are the substances which we are adding, okay, to ignite this mixture we need one ignition mixture, okay, na, ignition means what? To make the substance to catch fire, ignition mixture. What is the ignition mixture used? To ignite the mixture of aluminum and iron oxide. To ignite the mixture of aluminum and iron oxide, what is the ignition mixture used? You'll be getting this in objectives, multiple choice questions, okay, so please remember. So ignition mixture used is the mixture of magnesium powder and barium peroxide. The mixture of magnesium powder and barium peroxide is used as what? Ignition mixture, okay, now barium peroxide, please remember, right? So when you add this to this mixture of iron oxide and aluminum, immediately it catches fire and the mixture gets ignited and much heat is generated and highly exothermic explosion type reaction will happen, okay. So this process you call it as what? Aluminothermy process or thermite process, okay. So this is the thing. And what are the applications of this? What are the applications of aluminothermy process? Very very important applications you will be getting in 2 marks questions. 2 points if you write, it is highly enough, dear children, okay, now 2 points if you write, it's highly enough. So it is used for welding purpose, you know that, welding, okay, or cracked machine parts, to join the cracked machine parts, okay, cracked parts or broken girders, okay, now wherever broken iron parts are there, machinery in or in different equipments used in industries, if any broken parts are there, to join them. Welding means what? To join such kind of broken parts or machine parts, okay, railway tracks and all, okay, cracked machine parts, cracked machinery, okay, cracked machinery, to join the cracked machinery you can use this process, okay, and also to join the railway tracks, okay, now to join the railway tracks. These are the applications to join the railway tracks. Okay. So these are the applications of aluminothermy process. Okay. So this is all about what? Aluminothermy process. Very important 2 marks question you will be getting. Right. And next, now let us move on to the last methods in the methods of extractions. Okay. Extraction of metals which are in the bottom of the reactivity series. Okay. Did you remember which metals are in the bottom of the reactivity series? Least reactive metals. Did you remember them? Okay. Please remember. Okay. So now let us move on to the process methods of extraction in which metals which are in the middle of the reactivity series, how they are going to get extracted, that we are going to learn. Okay, extraction methods for the metals which are in the bottom of the reactivity series, What are the methods? What are the different methods? Okay, so let us learn about the methods. Okay, extraction methods for what? For metals which are in the bottom of reactivity series. Okay, now, which are in the bottom. What are metals which are in the bottom of the reactivity series? Did you remember? Copper, okay, silver, Hg, Au, Pt. These are the metals which are in the bottom of the reactivity series. Okay. So, for these metals, what are the methods of extraction? Okay. So, we have to learn about the methods of extraction for these metals. Okay. So, let us learn. I am rubbing the board. I think you might have copied. Please make a notes of what all teacher says. If you make a notes, it will be useful for you. Okay. So, please keep writing notes. Okay. So, before I introduce these extraction methods, okay, which are in the bottom of the reactivity series, I should introduce certain terms. Important terms. I should introduce certain important terms. 2 important terms I will introduce. The first one is leaching, and the second one is hydrometallurgy. Second one is what? Hydrometallurgy. 2 terms we should learn. Before we learn the extraction methods for the metals which are in the bottom of the reactivity series, we should learn about 2 terms. What are those 2 terms? One is leaching and another is hydrometallurgy. Okay. So, leaching. What is leaching? Okay. So, let us learn what is leaching. Okay. So, leaching is the method in which the powdered ore of what metals? Metals which are in the bottom of the reactivity series. Please remember, for the metals which are in the bottom of the reactivity series, okay, like silver, copper, gold, platinum, for those metals, okay, the powdered ore of least reactive metals, the powdered ore of least reactive metals, okay, least reactive metals are treated with certain chemical reagents. Please remember the definitions. Why I am writing the definition, reading as well as writing the definition on the board. Okay, it will be useful and easy for you. With this terminology, if you write the definitions, sometimes textbook terminology, it will be difficult for you. Okay, so in the language which can be understood by us, okay, using the technical terms, if you write the definition, definitely you will be getting marks. Okay, in the language which is understood by us. Okay, sometimes textbook terminology you may feel difficulty. Okay, so write and practice. Please write and practice. That's what I request all children. Okay, most of the children will never write. Okay, please write and practice. The powdered ore of what? Least reactive metals. Okay, are treated with certain chemical reagents. Please remember these words. Chemical reagents like what? Reagents like sodium cyanide, or sometimes potassium cyanide also you can use. Potassium cyanide. Okay, if that ores are treated with chemical reagents like sodium cyanide and potassium cyanide, what happens? Here the ore will be soluble in these chemical reagents and impurities remain insoluble. Okay, then what happens? Are treated with chemical reagents like this, sodium cyanide and potassium cyanide, comma you keep. Okay, are treated, then ore particles gets dissolved. Okay, now ore particles get dissolved in these reagents, and gangue particles are insoluble, and gangue particles are left behind. Gangue particles are left behind. Later these gangue particles are purified by filtration method. Filtration they will do. Okay, now filtration process they will do, so that gangue particles get separated out. Okay, and only ore particles are soluble in these chemical reagents like sodium cyanide and potassium cyanide. Okay, so that process is called what? Leaching process. Actually, this leaching process has to be discussed in ore dressing itself. Okay, but there I did not discuss. In ore dressing methods, in the previous video you can watch. Okay, ore dressing methods, I didn't discuss this method. Okay, it's also a kind of a process where gangue particles are removed. Okay, so later what they will do? Are left behind, which are removed by filtration. Gangue particles are removed by filtration process. Filtration they'll do, so that all the gangue particles goes away and ore particles get dissolved in sodium cyanide or potassium cyanide. Okay, so that process of subjecting the ore particles or treating the ore particles to sodium cyanide or potassium cyanide, that process you call it as what? Leaching. Okay, leaching. Okay, so this process, please remember the definition everyone, right? Very important. Next, we have to learn one more important point, that is hydrometallurgy. Hydrometallurgy. Previously we have learned pyrometallurgy. Calcination, roasting, smelting, all those methods were called what? Pyrometallurgical processes. Okay, so for the metals which are in the bottom of the reactivity series, they are to be treated with sodium or potassium cyanide, and that process you call it as what? Hydrometallurgy. Hydro, the word hydro stands for what? Water. Okay, now water. Hydrometallurgy. Here the molten metal gets precipitated. Hydrometallurgy. This is also very important definition. What is hydrometallurgy? The leached ore is treated with, leached ore means reaction of ore with sodium cyanide, that is only leached ore. Okay, here the leached ore you will take, and that is again treated with aluminium or zinc powder. Aluminium powder or zinc powder, so that the molten metal gets precipitated. Okay now, so that the molten metal gets precipitated. Right, children? The molten metal gets precipitated. See, both the reactions in the form of an equation we will learn. Okay, molten metal, so that the molten metal gets what? Precipitated. Okay, gets precipitated. Precipitate means what? Precipitate, substance, insoluble solid substance which settles down at the bottom of the test tube. You call it as a precipitate. Precipitation reactions you have learnt, right? So these two methods we have to do for the metals which are in the bottom of the reactivity series. For the metals which are in the bottom of the reactivity series. Okay, so let us learn the example. See, both the methods together we will learn in the form of an example. Okay, so look at this example. Let us take the example of argentite. Example, Ag2S. Ag2S, what is this? Argentite. Silver, least reactive metal only, no? Ag2S, argentite. Argentite. Okay, made to react with sodium cyanide, NaCN. What is this? Sodium cyanide. Please remember, sodium cyanide. Okay, and heated. Heated means a reaction with what? Oxygen. Okay, so that it gives rise to NaAgCN taken twice. NaAgCN taken twice. What is this substance? It is a complex substance. A complex substance called what? Sodium argentocyanide. What is this? Sodium argentocyanide. This is the complex substance formed, and along with that plus Na2SO4 also will form. Na2SO4, sodium sulfate also will form. So this is the complex substance which is formed. So this is first equation which I wrote is for what? Leaching. You are subjecting the ore, here argentite ore of silver is subjected to what? Sodium treated with chemical reagent. Okay, sodium cyanide. Then you have got a complex substance called sodium argentocyanide, and along with that, of course, Na2SO4 salt also will form. Okay, so this is what you call leaching process. Okay, now leaching. Method 1 is leaching. Now in the second step 1, this is step 1. Okay, this is step 1. Now in second step, what they do? This so formed complex substance is treated with aluminum or zinc powder. Okay now, aluminum or zinc powder. So NaAgCN taken twice. Sodium argentocyanide is made to react with zinc powder. Okay, then what happens? Your molten silver gets precipitated. Please remember this point. Okay, now molten silver gets precipitated. Okay, molten silver gets precipitated. Okay, so please remember this point. And along with that, here again one more complex substance will form. Okay, what is that? Tetracyano. Okay, sodium argentate will form. Tetracyano. What is this? Again one more complex substance is formed. But however, we want what? We want silver, and our silver, molten silver got precipitated. That is only our aim. Okay, your aim is to do what? To extract least reactive metal, isn't it? So sodium, tetracyano sodium argentate. Okay, sodium tetracyanoargentate. Sodium tetracyanoargentate is the complex substance which is formed. We don't want that complex substance, of course. We want what? We want our silver to get precipitated. I kept a downward arrow there. Precipitated. Okay. So these two steps, this becomes what? Step 2. In step 1 we do leaching, and in step 2 we do hydrometallurgy. Okay. So these are the methods. This is the best example for hydrometallurgy. Okay. Extraction of silver from argentite ore. Okay. Any metal, you can take even gold also. Okay. Platinum, such least reactive metals which are in the bottom of the reactivity series has to be extracted by complex formations only. Okay, now please remember that point. Okay, so first step leaching we'll do, and in second step what we do? Hydrometallurgy we do. Precipitation of molten silver we got off here, right? So this is the method. So in this video, finally what we have discussed, once again recap I'm giving. Okay, in the first starting we have learnt about aluminothermy process. Iron oxide treated with aluminium powder to give what? Iron, molten iron, and it is a highly exothermic reactions, and aluminothermy process is used for welding purpose, for joining cracked machine parts and railway tracks. Okay, we have learned about that. In the second part of the video we have learnt about leaching and hydrometallurgy. Okay, leaching means treating the ore with the chemical reagents like sodium cyanide. Balanced equation you write. Okay, sodium cyanide, treating it least reactive metallic ores with what? Chemical reagents like sodium cyanide. After treating it with sodium cyanide, what you have to do? You have to take that complex substance and you have to add what? Zinc powder, or you can even add aluminum powder. Okay, so that that respective least reactive metal gets precipitated. That method is called hydrometallurgy. So leaching and hydrometallurgy are meant for which type of ores? You comment me. Okay, leaching and hydrometallurgy are meant for which type of ores? Okay, that is my question for today. You have to answer me in comments. Okay, so this is only for today, dear children. Keep learning, happy learning, and your hard work is your superpower. I always say that. So believe in that hard work. Definitely your success will come with you. Okay, thanks for watching, and please subscribe to my channel. Bye.